All right, good night, everybody. Can everybody hear me? Please type on the Zoom group chat. Awesome, awesome. Okay, so as everybody can see, they tried to pump the futures up with all those news on China was willing to do agreement, but it didn't help much. It's still gap down. Oh, right now we are on a spiral down, so it's going to be hard to reverse this. Only if we really get a deal instead of rumors, in my opinion. As we talked about the downside over here when we couldn't break and hold the yearly pivot. We predicted that it was going to go over here. And when it was here, we predicted that it was going to retest this. And if it doesn't break and hold here, it's going to do the spiral down, which is what we are doing right now. So why we stop on this level? As you guys can see, we had this month main pivot over here. And that's exactly where we are right now. Oh, here we go with the color again. Come on, Zoom, let me change my colors. Oh, of course not. Okay. I know how to do this. Let me just edit here, save as default. There we go. Now I got you right there. There we go. So this is where we are hanging around right now to see how react to this price, this pivot here, react over here, react over here, react over here. So that's a pivot we are looking at. In the past, did we had reactions to it? Yes, 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 yes. So yeah, this is a key level. We are watching here, here, here. So let's see if we can reclaim this. It's trying. It went a little bit below, and now it's trying to hold. Now, where we are gonna go from here? If we're gonna bounce, we're gonna probably see the gap, the gap close, which is almost something that happens most of the times when we have a bounce. The gap close reversal to the downside, or if it gaps up, close the gap below and goes up. Many players do the gap reversal on the SPY. And we have here all this congestion right there. So we're probably gonna, if we close the gap, right? That's a big if. So if we don't hold this, where we're gonna go, we're gonna test this swing low over here. But I think we're gonna, if we don't hold this, we're gonna retest our quarterly pivot. Let me change setting here so we can show the price. 27.1467, which is our quarterly pivot. Right now, I really think is a magnet. If we don't have any news coming out that is actually concrete instead of rumors, I really think we are going to retest the quarterly pivot, which is 27.1467. Oops, change. Yeah, this is all bad. One thing to note is that the main monthly pivot is 28, 21, 25 for June. And as we talk about many times, and I'm always going to repeat myself because we always have new people watching, new members coming in every day, is that 80% of the time, statistically proved that the main pivot at some point is going to get retested. So there is an 80% chance that we're going to see a swing high to over here. Now, where is the bottom? That's the question. Can we go to the quarterly pivot? Let's see, we do a gap close. Let's get creative here. Let's see, we do a gap close. Then we go over here. And then news comes out, because as everybody knows, news always comes out on technical levels. It's like they time it perfectly. So let's say something comes out and then we go there, not on a straight line, of course, but then we start to conquer each level and do higher lows and higher highs and go there, right? So that would be the ideal case scenario to avoid a doomsday here. So if we lose the quarter pivot, it can get ugly. We really don't want to lose that. Let's see. We have this other swing low here. No. Oh, look at that. Is that the S1 monthly over there? Is that the S1? No. Oops. It's right here. It's a little bit lower. Okay, so if we break this, we're probably gonna have a little zone here, 2707, 2714. Let me see if I can see anything. No, yeah, those are the only levels that matter right now. Yeah, nothing here is. We have a little bit over here, which is this swing low here, coincides already. Well, with this pivot over here, which we have a lot of reactions. So we'll see. Right now, if we don't hold, I really think we're gonna get to the pivot, and that's what I think. We'll see. Let's check gold. I know everybody is swinging gold. Let's check real quick. Futures up 120. So I was telling, what I was saying Friday was that we have this swing high here that we have to watch for. 1314. I'm really watching as you guys know, I trade pivot, so I'm really watching this pivot here. It held as retest, if you can see over there. Boom, retest and hold. So it needs to keep holding for it to go long, to go higher. The next target on the higher time frames will be the 1325, but you have to be careful because you have this quarterly pivot. A react here, reaction, 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 reaction. All these reactions makes a very important pivot to me. This should be purple, but I can't change, so leave it blue for now. I'll change it later to purple. So that's gonna be a key level, 1318. And if you want to mark as a zone, this is actually this is too big of a zone, but you can do. Actually, I have a better idea. Let me think. Let's delete this. Let's mark this as a smaller zone right here. And then we can mark this with that monthly pivot over there. So we're gonna have a zone right here. Come on, zoom, let me click. Here. Here. And we have this. We can call it a zone 2. So if you're trading JNUG, those are the levels to watch. To avoid downside, it needs to hold this quarterly pivot 1307. If we can't hold this, then we're gonna most likely test the 1301 and then go from there. Let me see somebody. So, okay. Let's check natural gas. So it's at this point over here. It's funny. So this is one thing important to know if you want to trade pivots. On the first days of the month, which is today is the first trading day of the month, is going to respect the previous month pivot as well, like if it was today. So it bounced right there on the monthly pivot, which I was waiting for that bounce to long you guys on Friday, but I didn't get it. And of course, it had to happen overnight when I can't trade the ETFs, right? So when when I wake up morning to trade the ETF, it's gonna be already bounced. So I'm probably gonna have to wait a retest. That I was waiting for this. That hurts. That's fine. There's always another entry, right? So let's say we go over here, then I'm gonna watch a retest of this, and then we go over there. If we can't hold this, then we're gonna go, let's see. I don't even have a line down there. Probably gonna have to go 5 years on this. Yeah. Let's check it out real quick. There we go. So I marked this line because of this swing here, this over here. It was also a yearly pivot here and a yearly pivot. So it was a yearly pivot in 2014, a yearly pivot in 2016, and a yearly pivot in 2018. So that's why I marked this last level over here, which was for me the last line of defense. And I was waiting to go long on you guys over there. You see bounced over here, and it is trying to bounce over here as well. So just so you can see, here's the yearly pivot from 2018. Let's go. Yearly pivot for 2016. And the yearly pivot for 2014. And that's why I was watching that level. Now below that, let's see, oh, we have this quarterly here that we can, you see how it has to react to it. If it doesn't react, it really doesn't matter to me. I know that 2014 didn't have any reactions to it, but you have after, see here, and you have all those years also with those pivots reacting to the same level. That's why I really like that level. I think it's a key level on natural gas. Now we have here, and well, let's start from there, right? It needs to hold over here in this area, but it looks like it wants to bounce. We'll see. It can change a lot overnight. Overnight, when we wake up, it can change a lot. But so far, it's reacting over there, and I think it's really interesting. And that was my trade that I was planning. There you go. It went already. That's fine. So I'll wait for a retest. I'm gonna wait for a retest on the gas. U gas is up to you. If you like to short, you can short D gas. If you like to long, you long U gas. If you like to trade options on natural gas, you can use UNG. There are other ones. They're less liquid though. UNG is the one that has more liquidity to it. Okay. Any more? Anybody's trading oil? No, I don't know. I'm not sure. Oil, man, oil has been beaten down. It broke the yearly pivot. We have over here, let's mark this. We have this yearly pivot. Again, if I could edit my colors, this would be brown because it refers to a previous yearly pivot. So I like to keep my colors consistent so I know the time frame I'm relevant that I'm marking. I also like this level here. I like this one because of this is a main pivot, and you have reactions, reaction, all this confusion over there. So if we can't hold any of this, we're gonna go to the quarterly pivot. That's simple. And then if it gets there, I'm gonna watch for a reversal. What I was gonna do, I'll change this. Okay, I just want to see the price. Oh, it has to be less. Don't know why, but let's put 25. Well, it doesn't want to show me the, okay, 49.44. It's super overextended. It's like, look at this selling. Look at that. It's just a lot. Let's see. It's trying to put a wick in here. Let's see if we can reclaim this level. And then we go from there, maybe a retest. See a retest over here, and from here we can take a trade. If it breaks and hold, we can go long for a confirmed reversal on oil. And if it doesn't, then we can take a short on it. So DWT, UWT, and then we go from there. Okay, now let's do the good stuff. Which stocks you guys want me to check? I know I have requests already, so what do you guys think? I'm gonna start checking the previous requested tickers. GOOS. Pick it up. Let's see a little bit more. Okay. So I'm gonna mark over here this yearly pivot from 2018, react, 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 then breakout, backtest, hold. So I'm interested in this level. Let me put more years, 5 years. I want to see a little bit more, if possible. No, that was it. Let's see. We are at 3365 right now. We have all this congested area over here. So you can see how it reacts to the pivots. So you may ask why I'm marking only pivot levels. Simple, because the pivots created those supply and demand zones. As you can see, GOOS never had been there before on this area, and the pivots just act as levels of support and resistance that were created those supply and demand zones on it. And it makes easier for the algos to know those levels because they are historical calculated levels, so they don't change ever. And so it's easier for me to follow the algos on this. You have over this pivot here. I like it. It failed to break above, retested, fail, broke through, retest, hold, and push. So I like this level here, which is also a kind of the same level of this other pivot. And you have a quarterly pivot over here. So this is an entire zone that you can watch. This is going to be a zone between 3276 and 3359 that we can see if we're going to bounce from it. If we don't bounce from it, then it's going to, let me see if there is a level. Yep, it's probably going to go to the quarterly pivot. And simple as that. Don't need to overcomplicate things. Now let me move back to my favorite time frame, 4 hours. Okay, so we are trying. It is trying to bounce from there. So we have this zone over here. And if we can't hold this, we're going to retest the quarterly pivot. And if you are short, if you have put on this, then that's where you start scaling. You should start scaling over here in case it holds and reverse from here. But if we break through, this is going to be the next target, 31.39. Let's see. If we bounce, we're going to retest this level here, 35.52-ish. Let me see, 35.53, 35.52. The main monthly pivot is at 40.51. So if we reverse, we're probably going to see it hitting there. So that's how you can use the pivots to swing. Let's say we bounce over here. You grab calls over here. So why you wait for pivots? Because it's simple. If we don't hold a pivot, your risk is going to be so low, you can close for a very small loss, while your reward is going to be all of this. So if we bounce there, if we go here and grab calls, and then we can look at maybe something like this, a reaction to this previous level here. Back test, and then we may test over there. So you have options to do. You can scale in here and cut if it breaks a lower, or if you, I mean, you can grab and cut if it breaks lower. And if you like to scale into positions, you can grab some here and some here. And if it doesn't hold, then you cut it. and then you write it. You start taking partials on the levels of resistance. Now let's see intraday. I think the person that asked me this is looking for a long position. So this is our zone that we marked over here. Let's see what we got. The daily pivot, the quarterly pivot is so close. It's like, I feel like it's almost a magnet, but if we can reclaim, bounce from here, reclaim the daily pivot, 34, 33, it could give a nice, at least intraday play, which you can grab your swing and take partials on the intraday basis, and if it does reverse on you, you already have some locked in, right? So yeah, this is going to be a rough area. If you can see how we react to those pivots on Friday and Thursday, and on the first drop, how it reacts perfectly. So this is going to be a very important zone to watch, which is 35.31 to 35.60. So what I can think about on this is that if we see a little bounce from here and we hit here, depending on the market conditions, we're going to see another sell off, right? So it could be a nice intraday play here, or if you want to swing, just keep it tight, right? Just keep it tight, take your partials in case it reverse on you. You're already in profit, so it doesn't matter if you get stopped out on the break-even point. JNUG already went to kind of. Let's go through some other tickers. Tiffany has earnings this week. Let me check. Tiffany has earnings Tuesday before market open. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, perfect bounce on the, it's trying to bounce off the quarterly pivot over here. Let me see if this is also a level. If you see here, this is the quarterly. If you put it on the same line, you have all these levels over here, over here, all these reactions to it. So this is a support zone over here. This is a support zone right here, where it's trying to bounce from. So Tiffany has been beaten down, right? I think, let me check. Yes, it is. I remember when Tiffany was trading higher. That's why it made me say that. So we may see a run into earnings. So it could be a good intraday play. Maybe to the, let me see a message. So it could see a little run for earnings. This is intraday. So the only concern we have is this weekly main pivot is right there as a resistance. That's the 89.88, which is also those lows over here. So this is going to be a concern point if you're looking to short. Tiffany, that's where you start looking at. So you start a short position here, and if it breaks up above, you can either hold to see how it reacts to this monthly pivot, or you cut and then we try to reshort over here on the top right here on this zone here. Tiffany trades on a small range until it has a catalyst, I think. When it has a catalyst, it just run and drop like crazy. So once we break this, we're probably gonna go retest over here on the 93.39s. You have this level here, 92.70, also to keep an eye on. But depending on the market conditions, we can just see a retest of this main pivot for the week, and then we see the retest over here, just like a little pop. Market is looking bad and it go down. It depends on what are the people's expectations on their earnings. Now let's see what else. Let's check the SLV. This is the inverse on silver. What are the futures? Silver. I want to know the silver futures. Anybody knows the ticker? No. Let me try research real quick because it's important to know what it is being trading right now. Silver futures. SLV, that's what I searched, but it didn't show. Oh no, that's the ETF. Silver futures prices. Let me see if I get lucky. 1 minute, guys. Just trying to figure it out so we can plan better. It's funny that I couldn't. Let me try again. Maybe if I put on silver futures here, silver metals. That's funny. Well, let me know if you know. I'll go back to that one later. Then try to figure out, whoever asked me about the SLV. Try to figure out what is the future ticker for TOS. Let's check MAR. Let me close this. MAR. That's Marriott, right? Yeah. Marriott. People say pivots don't work. Look at that. Okay. So it looks like it's trying to consolidate over here. Why is not going? It looks like there is a over here, here, and this gap close here, and this swing low. That's why it's stalling over there. So right now is on a midpoint. We have to trade on an intraday basis. Let me see. Let me check the 5 years real quick. Yeah, so it never went. Okay, so we don't need the 5 years because the last 360 days is the highest that it's ever been. Okay, so it's trying to bounce off this zone over here. Let me show. So it's trying to hold. Okay, it's trying to hold this pivot here. With this pivot here, which creates a little zone. So it's trying to hold over there. Right there. But it needs to break off of this range. So let me put the range over here. It needs to break off this range. Let's see intraday. Okay. So the main pivot month for the week is going to be 124.30. So that's what is going to determine the sentiment for the week. It's trading above it. So if we go back there and hold, it can signal a longer swing up. So watch that level. That's going to be the key level. If it breaks that down, then it's going to have to hold this support zone once again. And as everybody knows, for as many times as we test something, it has a bigger chance to break it down. So keep an eye on that. I would really matter to me is going to be the 124, 20 to 30, 29, 30 level. And then we're going to retest this as a zone. 125.76, 126.14 is going to be the key level for the upside. That's the last week main pivot, and also is a pivot for this week. So with that top of the range, and this is going to form that little zone. We may see a rejection first, and then if we can hold over there, we're going to push to the next one, which is 127.44. And then ultimately we're going to test the main monthly pivot, which is 129.22. So it's a key point to hold this. The market is weak, so we needed to hold for a retest of 129.22 for a longer swing. Okay, so the futures of is SL or SI? Let me test. Futures for silver. SI. Yep, SI. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, so let's check. We are up, almost flat, but it's on a key level. It needs to break. Look at that. Look at this. See all this reaction to this quarterly pivot. Look at this. So it is gonna be rough here. Silver needs to break. Really needs to break this zone, from this zone over here, to get more upside. It tried Friday, but it couldn't. If you see, get a big rejection week. So in order for silver to go up, the futures need to break above this. So do exactly what it did before, but this time it needs to hold, and then we push for more. If it doesn't, then it still can go, but it's going to take more time, and the longer that it takes to break it, the smaller the chance to do it, in my opinion. But still holding an uptrend. If you can, I will watch this. If you don't have a position, I will wait for the break or a retest of the trend line, maybe. So I like to get the bodies, so guys know I like the bodies of the candles, which is hard to get over here. It's too many, but I'll put over here. So if you don't have a position, watch for the break and hold. If you have a position, watch close for this not to break. Okay. So now let's check the ticker, the ETF that you asked me, which is, let me check, DSLV. DSLV. Okay, so now that we know that the futures are flat, it's going to be easier. This is the inverse. So if the futures break out, this is going to go down. So are you bullish or bearish on silver? I just want to know so I do the correct analysis for you. Everyone's super bullish. Okay. Okay, so the main monthly pivot is 33.39 on the DSLV. So you want this to go down, right? Because if you're bullish on silver, the inverse needs to go down. So we need to crack this area over here. It's easier to watch the futures, but if you are watching the ETF, watch for those levels. So we can't hold support over here. It's gonna act as same as the inverse of this. It's gonna probably be the same little zone over there. So maybe a crack, retest, and then do like this. Then once it can't hold the quarterly pivot, we're gonna go lower. So that's the basic analysis for this. Let me see intraday. Yeah, this is a strong level, so we really need to break down for more upside on silver. Let me fix this. You see, this is the monthly pivot right here. The monthly, the main weekly is right here, 34.03. So if we see an upside move, oops, if we see upside move, if we can't reject this, would be very nice. Reject over here and then go from there, more downside. Now, let me zoom here. Now, maybe you're gonna see this because this is the main monthly. It's gonna be a tough spot. So right now, if it's gapping up, the future is gapping up a little bit, not too much, barely gapping up. So that means that this is gonna be gapping down. So let's say it's trading over here. You want to see a rejection like this. Reject these levels, 33.39, 33.49, and then we go down, retest the quarterly, which is going to be the key level for downside. Okay, let's see what's next. So if you're bearish on silver, you want this to hold support and no lower than the quarterly pivot. We want to see a bounce over here and a reclaim of this and this. So it's exactly the inverse of what I said. Now, what is the next? Checking. Let's check SFIX. SFIX. Also has earnings on the 5th, which is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday after market close. Okay. So we are trading under resistance, as you can see over here. The main monthly pivot is 24.23, which is exactly going to form a zone with 24.05. So 24.05, 24.23 is going to be resistance. If we have good earnings, we're probably gonna gap up over around these areas here. The 28.53 is gonna be the key level to break for more upside. If we gap up and we can't break over here, look for a short. If we have bad earnings, watch for the 17.35. If we go there, let me see more. Let's see more stuff we have here. But if we, what is the expected move? Let me check real quick. The expected move is $3.60 so far. Not expected, the implied move, right? So how do you calculate the implied move? You sum both the strikes, the add the money strikes is going to be the implied move. So you can use options to check how much is expected to move on the week. So far is $3. How much? $3.60. It's too big. So with $3, probably gonna see a gap down to over here, and then here 19. So key level downside is gonna be 20.50. If we gap down on bad earnings, and if we break there, it's gonna get all bad. We can go all the way to 1850s. And if it's really bad, we can get to 1723, but they has to be very bad. You're gonna have to be a very bad earning report to go over here. But if we go over here, don't try to short at this point. At this point, if we go, if we gap down all the way to 1687, 1732 on the earnings report, we want to wait to see if we're going to get reversed to the upside, just like Gap and TNX did on Friday. Now, if we have very good report and we go over here on the weekly, on the yearly pivot, let's say 2750 to 2855, then we're going to look for a short setup on this overextended but if we reclaim the yearly, if we go above the yearly and hold support during pre-market, then we can expect a little bit more upside, not too much, because there's going to, at that point, it's going to be up like $5, which is $2 above the implied move. So that's something to watch. Intraday speaking, let's see if you're looking for a play before the earnings. Yeah, this is going to be rough area right here. Right off the gate, you're going to have 2355, 2365 as a strong resistance on stitch fix. So if we see a move up over here, watch for some resistance to go short. But if we break and hold, then we're gonna see a move maybe to 24, 2380, 24. So that's something to watch. Let's do again Tiffany, just real quick, because I forgot to do the predictions for the earnings move. That's gonna be quick. If the chart loads for me, of course. Okay, come on, load my pivots. Okay, let's see the expected move on Tiffany real quick. $5.69. Wow, okay, so let's say $6. $6. Not this is silver. $6. Why this keep going this higher? Okay, so $6, 90, 89 plus 6, that's 85. Oh, 95. So yeah, so this is the deal. If we had great earnings and we gap up around this area, look for short. Don't try to long if it's here. Only if you long it if it's a break and hold off the zone here, which is the 96.84, 98.50. This is a big area though. Oh gosh, I hate when this zone is too big. So play just as a simple support and resistance levels. 98.40. If it gets there on a good earnings, watch out for a reversal. Then it go from there. If it gaps up to the main monthly pivot, 95 is also a good level to look for short. If we can't break above it, let's say we start doing lower highs and higher lows from that, and we lose this pivot on earnings. To the downside, 89 minus 4, 84. 89, it was 5, right? 5 or 6, so 83. We have over here, let me see, this pivot at 80.50, that's gonna be a $9 move, but watch for, I really like this one though. I like this because it has all the reaction as the main pivot. 83.20, watch for 83.20, let's mark that so I don't forget. If we have bad earnings, that's a level to watch. And then the 80.41. Now let's go back. Okay, what's the next? Trying to go quick because we have a lot of tickers today, which is awesome. Okay, TNDM. Okay, TNDM. 60. You have an average of 67.03. Friday. Okay. 67.03. Okay. So average is around over here. That's a pretty good entry. So we finally broke above this pivot here. We hold the back test. Now we need to see it moving up. The main monthly is at 65.81. It doesn't mean that it's gonna go there right away, but that's a level to watch. So you gonna have a strong support zone. We can call it a line in the same zone, because if we break this, it's gonna be all bad. So what I'm doing, I'm marking this level here, which was this is April's main pivot. If you can see, it had a lot of reactions after that, right here, right here, right here, right here. So this is a level I'm interested in. So this is going to be a zone. This is the key level, line in the sand for TNDM. 65.81, 66.35 is going to be the key for this. We're going to mark also this level over here in case we have a back test intraday. Now let's see. Let me see if I can. Oh yeah, this quarterly pivot here. So I'm not marking random levels. It's just, if it doesn't have reaction, look how reacted it. Let me zoom in so you guys can see real quick. What's this all-time high? Do you know? It looks like it, right? If you can type for me real quick so I don't have to zoom out on my chart. Yeah, so as you can see, this is all-time high, never got here before, and look how it reacted to that pivot, how it create that little supply demand zone right here with here and here. So that's what I'm saying. Look how it rejected right at the tick on the monthly pivot. So don't be fooled. Pivot points work because algos and institutions trade them. They don't trade as much on the lower time frame, which is the daily pivots. Those are more used for entry and exits to positions. But for swing trading and for long-term profit target, price targets, and stop losses, they use the pivots. Trust me, I have been studying for 3 years pivots, and I'm pretty sure about this. So the price never been there before, so it rejected 1, 2, 3, 4 times to a ghost level that nobody knew was going to do it. But if you're using the pivot, you'll be watching this like a hawk. If you're long over here, I'll be either shorting. If you guys know I love to short, so I'll be shorting these all day long. Like every time you hit there, I'll be shorting until it breaks. If it breaks above, I'll just cut it for a small loss, but I'll be shorting this because look at this overextended move to the pivot. That's one of my favorite setups to short. So we'll mark this because of this level over here. So let's see. Once it gets there, keep an eye on it, 71.52. But let's see, it needs to hold that support, right? So it's 67.51 is going to form a little zone with the main weekly pivot. So if it dips here, it really needs to hold for you. Man, my hand is a little shaky today. Maybe I type it too much. Okay, so where are we? We're trading over here. Well, we can't say if it's going to gap up or gap down with the market. So if we gap down, we needed this to hold, okay? This needs to hold. So hopefully we don't gap lower than here. So we come here, we're probably going to reject it first. That's okay. As long as we hold, probably going to back test this level over here. And if it's really strong, it's just going to push, okay? So don't get too scared about your position until it breaks key levels. Then we're going to retest over here. Those highs are almost on the level of this intraday pivots. So this is probably going to go there to 70.20, 70.40. And then ultimately we're going to retest that 7132, 7152 zone that we marked with the quarterly pivot. So those are what to watch. The last line of defense on this stock is going to be the 65.81, 66.35. So if you don't have any positions and you want to go long on this, this is where you are waiting to enter, or if it holds over here. But if it gets there, this is the strongest level. This is like the line in the sand to the downside. Okay, let's see what else we have. Let's check 5. I bet 5 has earnings as well. Let's see. Yep. Earnings on the 5th, which is Wednesday. Wednesday after market. Let's see the expected move. Expected move, wow, $9.50. So about 10 bucks. Let me check. 10 bucks. Yeah, this looks like it is close, but this is like how much? Yeah, about 10 bucks. Isn't that awesome? So if we have bad earnings and we gap down to these levels here, watch out for it. 119.17, 119.25. Do I have to change this again? 119.07, 119.25 is going to be the SS support. We have also this yearly pivot. Look at that. Gotta love those. You gotta love those. I'm marking this zone over here. And with this over here. You see how amazing it is? We created those supply and demand zones. So if we have bad earnings and we gap down, we're gonna go on this zone for sure, and it needs to hold 119, 119.07 to 120, 121.14 is gonna be a big zone. So you can either use a little zone over here and a little zone over here. If we gap up 10 bucks, 128, 138, oh, how ironic, it's right at the quarterly yearly pivot. So if we gap up those 10 bucks and we gap up to this yearly quarterly pivot over here, 138.83, 138.97. If we can't push, watch for a short setup over there, or take profit. If you are long, take profits near there. The main monthly is 133.12. Let's say intraday is still doing higher lows over here. It lost the pivot, reclaimed, retest, and hold. So maybe we can see some upside on this. Oh, wow. So we have the main weekly at 129.88. It's gonna need to break for more. If we break 129.88 and hold, we're gonna have a small retest over here at 130.130. That's only the R1. Usually when we have on an uptrend, we can get easily to R2. So if we hold 129.88, expect 133.12, 134.25 to be tested. If we can't, then we're going to retest the main day pivot 128.35, and if we can't hold this, we're going to retest this strong support 126.34, 125.89. So those are things to watch. Next, let's check Qualcomm. I'm loving, guys. I'm loving that you guys have so many tickers for me today. So we already have 1 hour in. Let's do another 30 minutes. I'm really liking the interaction. I'm really enjoying this. So let's do another 30 minutes on this. Qualcomm is at that. I think somebody asked me about this Friday, and I told them it was on the SS zone to hold 64.13, 65.07. So we need to hold that for more upside over here. Holding that, let's see what we got. Is also going to be above the main weekly pivot 6647. 6647, which is right about here. So this is going to be a big zone, big support over here. It really needs to hold. If we can hold this, it's going to be all bad, but it has a very strong support, like layers of support over here. If we lose this, it's fine. It's probably going to stop on the other support zone. But this is the doomsday line, 6413. If we lose 6413, it's going to be all bad. We can go down like $4 in the blink of an eye, maybe. Depends on the market conditions. So we're trading above this zone. If we come down, we need to hold over here. Then we're going to push, retest this. Then maybe do like something like this, okay? So watch, okay, I like the weekly pivot right there. Let me mark, okay. So let's see if, are you long bias? I think you are, right? I forgot to ask. So when you put a ticket, let me know if you're long or short bias. Andrew post QCOM. Okay, so just looking for possible entry for calls. Okay, so that's great info. Watch for the hold of this zone here. If we dip over here, watch for the hold and then go long. You can grab calls, cut right below it. Can put a stop loss right below it. If we gap below this, watch for either a reclaim. So let's say we gap over here, then watch for a reclaim of this to push, and then you grab once it proves that we reclaim and hold support. Or if we can't, just watch for this level over here, 6507. At least going to give you a very good intraday play if we can't hold the back test on this the 6647 zone over here. So this is the doomsday line, 6413. You don't want to participate on long calls on Qualcomm if you break 6413. Only if reclaims for any reason we go under and reclaim 6413, 6507. That will be your trigger. Okay. Yeah, I'm recording. Don't worry. Okay, so that was Qualcomm. I'm trying to go a little quick. If I went too quick and you have any questions, just tag me again on the chat and I'll go through again a really quick one on your question. Now let's check. I'm trying to go through order here of requests. TJX. Oh no, I think TTWO was first. Okay, TTWO. Oh, look at that. Are we gonna be able to break? We're breaking this quarterly pivot this time. That's the question. 109.23. This is the all-time high? No, it's not. Okay. So we need to break there. So we need to break 109.23 for more upside, break and hold, and then we can have a move to the probably over here first, 110.61, and then test the zone here, which is 118.89, 112.25. Keep in mind the main daily monthly pivot is at 105.34. So we really need to break this. We really need to get, really need, oh, we really need to break this pivot in order to avoid the back test of this level. So break and hold, hold support, and boom. That's what you want. If we can't do this, it's gonna be this is a not so nice candle here. So if we start doing higher, lower highs over here, and do something like this, we're probably gonna retest the pivot. Okay, so keep an eye on that. if you're looking for a long, this is the key level you wanted to hold, 105.34. If you don't have any position yet, that's where you wanted to hold. So if he holds here and you don't have any position, that you wanna grab your call over there. Let's see, intraday. Okay, so it has strong support, which is a good thing if we don't get below it. That's the main weekly pivot. Remember, main pivots above, bullish, below, bearish. So it's bullish on the monthly pivot. Where is the quarterly pivot? The quarterly pivot is all the way there. So it's a little extended on the quarterly pivot, but it's still bullish because it's above it. That's on a quarterly time frame. You have to remember that. Remember, things don't go up on a straight line. So it can still go back down there and still be bullish on the grand scheme of things, right? So this is the main yearly pivot right here. So that's going to be the key level for this. The 111.89 is the main yearly pivot. So on the year is bearish. So let's see if that's true. Is it bearish? Yes, it is, because it's on a downtrend. It's trying to reverse. It didn't confirm reversal yet. It has a reversal on the other time frames, lower time frames, monthly, quarterly. Is it confirmed reversal on the yearly? We're gonna see. It has to break and hold to confirm the higher time frame reversal. The yearly is the most important pivot. So we'll see how it's gonna go over there. You see how many? Look how many resistance we have. So it need to hold over here. Let's say do like this and go. Then it has to break 109.23, 109.62. If it breaks and hold, we're gonna go retest test 111.10, and then if we break and hold, we're gonna ultimately test that key level 111.89, 112.25, which is gonna be the key resistance for more upside on the grand scheme of things. Now, if we get below this and we can't reclaim, it's going to be the same story as the other ticker we analyzed. It's going to go and retest the main pivot 105.34, and then it needs to hold. Okay, let's see. Okay, so if you don't have a position, you want to see what you're going to get tomorrow. If it is above this pivot, it needs to hold for long. If it's below this pivot, it needs to reclaim or a dip to 105.34 and hold 105.88, 105.84, hold, and then you go long. Okay. NVS. Novartis. I know the options room is banking on Novartis calls, like banking hard. Come on, load the pivots. I think this is a prediction we did. Yes. Oh, a long time ago. When was this? Was the 20th of May. That's cool. Let me delete that. I'll delete it. I don't want to drag too much. So for Novartis, we're looking for long, okay? So it couldn't hold above the quarterly pivot. It's going to be a key level here. This is the main yearly pivot and the main monthly pivot. So this is the most important level for Novartis to hold. This zone over here. 84.10, 84.70 is a must hold on Novartis. So dip there, hold, then we retest the quarterly pivot. You need to break and hold. So break, hold, and then we can retest 89.39. As you can see, 89.39 is also a level over here, over here, over here, over here, all this congestion over here. So this is going to be a rough spot for Novartis. It really needs to break and hold over there. So that would be the plan on a very long term. Let's see intraday. Did I just put this line over here? Delete. Okay. So it kind of had an inside day Friday. This is the main weekly pivot. Kind of lost the pivot on the end of the week. So this is a level to watch. What is trading? Is trading over here or is trading over here? 85. But watch for the 85.61, 85.70 levels. That's the main day level to watch. The weekly pivot is at 86.33, but it needs to hold over here and break above this level. It's only the R1, but it's also last week's main pivot. So this it becomes an important pivot. So let's say it doesn't break first time, it needs to hold the back test and then push and watch for 86.33. That's going to determine the sentiment for the week. Until it's trading below, it's going to be a more downside or inside a week. And this is the key level to hold right there, which is not that far if you think about 84.10, 84.70. So for any reason, if we go there, we have to watch for a hold. If you don't have any positions, that's a good level to grab a position if we hold. If we don't hold, I would not be in the trade, honestly. That's time to take a profit and go. If you're looking for another dip, then watch for the 83. Let me see. Yeah, this 83.18 have been reacting many times, but just let it settle down. It's better to let it settle down and see where you want to trade. This is a zone 83.18. As you can see, had these reactions over here and here. So that's something to watch. 81, 82 will be next, and then the monthly pivot 80, 60, 80, 96. So if we lose this, we may see the test over here and then over here. Depends on how the market is trading. Okay, let's see. This one, did I do TJX? No, let's do TJX. Okay, so it's fighting for its life on this quarterly pivot. It went below, couldn't hold first time, and now it went for another try. It needs to hold. Let me see what is the level. Have to keep changing this. TOS sometimes is annoying. 50.17 is going to be the key level. If we can't hold, that's going to be a bear flag right there. If we can't hold this pivot, then it's going to go for more downside. If we can hold, we're going to retest 51.41, 51.65 zone. Let me see one thing. I just want to see. So it looks like it went up, but it went down on the earnings. So where is the earnings? 0.573 estimate. So it missed. I don't understand why it went up, but it missed, and then it went back down. So this could be a bear flag. Be careful if you're looking for a long. Wait for a confirmation that it's going to hold that level, the 50.17, to grab your calls. If it can't hold, then it's probably going to go to 47.93. You have also 48 right around here, 49-ish. Yeah, that 47.93, 48.79 is a zone. So watch for that. And if we can hold, we're going to retest the zone between the yearly and the quarterly, 45.93, 46.83. So it looks like more downside to me. Just watch the key levels. The main monthly is at 51.41. So if we go there, we can also get a spot to short on those levels. Let's see. Intraday speaking, we have, let me delete this. We have the main weekly pivot 50.48 is trading below. So on the week so far is on a bearish sentiment. If we can break and hold, then we're going to change that, and probably going to retest at 51.41. If we can't break this, we're going to retest that pivot I told you about, the 50.17, and then if we can't hold, then we're going to have a steep drop on it, in my opinion. So that's to watch. I see the quarterly pivot is inside the day main zone. So that's going to be a strong support. If we lose that, it's going to be all bad. So if you're looking for, let me see. Oh, you're also bearish. Okay. So we're on the same page there. So if we're bearish, you want to look for a short if we push over here at 50.48, 50.52 area, or let's say we gap down, a retest over here and then fail. If we don't gap down, we can watch for maybe 50.38. I like to grab on tops and bottoms. I don't like to grab in between, but this is a level. Let me zoom in a little bit. You see all these wicks over here, and then here. This also can be considered a level. Is Friday's main pivot. So let's mark this. If we don't have strength to go to that pivot, then it's only a 10-cent risk from here to here. You can have a stop loss right above it if we hold. Then we watch for a breakdown over here. So let's say we grab on the push. We grab on this push here, either here or here, and then we watch. Come on. We watch for how it reacts over here. This is going to be the key level to watch for breakdown. Yeah. Okay. Okay, what's next? XLNX long. Okay. Okay, so XLNX is trading on this range between the yearly pivot and this pivot. 106.38 and 99.36 is a big range, but it is what's happening right now. You also have a great evening. Thank you so much for coming in. So 99.48, guys. 99.48 for downside. Can even make a little zone, but 99.48 for downside. Upside is going to be 107.25. Arguably, you can start your position at 106.47, but watch for the 107.25. Let me see one thing here. If I grab the wicks, it'll be over there. If I grab the bodies, the body's not going to be too much to see. Yeah, I don't like to grab too much wicks, but if you grab this uptrend, I don't like this uptrend, to be honest. Okay, I like this one better. Grabbing on this wick here, and then body, all these bodies. So watch for this back test. I don't trade trend lines. I trade only horizontal. But if you trade trend lines, watch that. Let me see one thing. I think you put a, yeah, you're looking for a long. So watch for the trend line. Watch for 107.25, 106.43, 107.25 zone. And watch for the support at 99.48 and then 96.04. All this is a triple threat zone that I call when you have three high time frame pivots right there. Let me see, where is the main yearly pivots down there? So it's trading for the year bullish. For the month is bearish until below 107.25, and for the quarter is bearish until below 113.31. So on the yearly, which is the highest time frame, then it's still bullish. So watch for the trend line, watch for the 99.48. That's the key downside zone over there. And it's imperative that it breaks 107.25 for more upside. It's definitely, if it breaks that, you're going to retest first over here, 110.66, and then it's going to retest that quarterly, yearly zone over there, which is going to be rough to break. So right now it's trading below, if we don't gap up, it's trading below the weekly main pivot. So if it keeps trading below 102.66, you can expect more, a little bit more downside or consolidation. If we can break this, we're gonna go back down. If we can break and hold, let's say go over here, then it has the strength to hold that support and then go up, then you can expect the 105, 105, 105.77. This is a strong level over here. If we don't have a position yet and we are downtrending, then watch over here. Don't try to grab as soon as you get there. Try to find some type of reversal pattern on this zone over here, 99.21, 99.48, if we get there, right? So that's what to watch. It give you $3 up to the main weekly pivot. If we break this, most likely we're going to test the 96. Let's see if I missed anything. GDX. I think I talk about gold, but let's check. We talked about gold earlier on the stream. Look at that. So it's retesting. It's trying. Let's see if it can go right. It needs to break here. So we're gapping up on gold. You should see a gap up on this. There's a very strong resistance zone between 22.11, 22.17 that you need to keep your eye on. So around over here, if you can see all the zone over here, and over here 22.32, 22.11. So watch for that zone. That's going to be a very strong zone to break. Right there, you see this quarterly pivot, reaction, back test under, broke through. We came here, couldn't break above, back test, went above. All these reactions to this quarter pivot, they make it more important to me. So let me mark that right there. So watch for the zone between, where is it? 22.11, 22.33 for more upside. If we can break that, we're gonna see some sort of pullback, maybe to 21.86. It's trading above the main monthly, main weekly, main daily pivots, but it's overextended at this point, so it really needs to push that area for more upside. Let me check the chat real quick, the Discord, see if anybody requested anything. And then we're gonna wrap it up. 1 second. Nope. Okay. Somebody asked me something about, let me check real quick, guys, bear with me. JNUG already went through that. Did we actually check the JNUG pivots? Let's go real quick on that. So as I said, Friday, that was a key level over here that you need to break and hold, which was the 745, 754. With that gap, is it still gapping up? Let's check. Yeah, it's gapping up. With this gap up, is gonna gap above this resistance. So we need to hold the back test for a move higher. Have to be careful now because it's overextended. So watch for 811 and this here 837 for some resistance. Let's see how it gap. I'll update you guys on the chat when we on pre-market when we gap when I see where it gaps to, and then we go from there. Main support on JNUG 716 721 for the week. Tomorrow's main support is going to be 736 744. It's probably going to be well overextended from there since we're gapping up, so we need to break above 802 811 for a retest of those 850s area. I think somebody also asked me something on the main chat. Let me check real quick. Okay, somebody asked me about CLNE. So let me check that real quick, and that's going to be, is that going to be the last one? I think I had something I wanted to show you guys. I'll try to remember why we analyze this. So CLNE, it really needs to hold this pivot. Again, come on, TOS. Okay, so it needs to hold 270. 270 is the key level for up. If you break this, this is the line of descent for the downside. The line of descent for the upside is going to be the 288. If we can't hold this, we're going to retest 254, 255, 250, 252, so 254, 252 zone, and then the 236. If we can't hold, this is the main yearly pivot. If we can't hold this pivot, then we're going to start a bigger downtrend on the stock. The main monthly is at 288, so we need to break above that and hold for a bullish month. Or we can just see a more consolidation pullback over these areas before it moves up, or just a breakdown. As you guys can see, it couldn't hold this yearly pivot over here, 341. So yeah, just watch that 270. Then if we can hold, watch those zones I talk about. It's gonna have some strong resistance on this back test here. This is just an empty candle. So what is the volume of this candle? 300 shares. Somebody bought over there. Over at 271. So we'll see how it opens pre-market. If we are below over here, it's gonna be a rough cookie. If we're above it, we're probably going to retrace the 276 and then go from there. 276 is going to be the key level for the week. I think I went through everybody's stock. If I miss anything, guys, please let me know real quick so we can wrap things up. Yeah. When it was here, we talked about NVIDIA was being bearish. Look what happened. We talk about it over here and say NVIDIA is looking bearish, and then just sold more. It really is on mid-air right now. It has all this zone over here, 133, but it's looking very bearish. With this bad news on China, it's going to be all bad. Anyways, thank you all for participating of the prep. I enjoyed all the of the interaction and the tickers. It was a great day. I really liked it because sometimes you guys are shy and don't post stickers, and I have to I have to go through some by myself, and I really love when I can help you guys with your plan. Thanks so much. Enjoy the night, and I see you tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.